Hey, let's make sure everybody can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Yep. Oh, I should probably clip this on the apron though if I'm going to wear the apron. Maybe a little further from me than you might like. Because I'm having some trouble breathing. I'll try not to huff and puff on you too much. Still recovering from this cold and stayed up way too late last night. Still haven't eaten today. But I'm committed to making this stuff I talked about because I soaked the beans. I soaked my favas and my garbanzos. Hi, I'm September, also known as 9 of 12. I'm here to do some cooking with you and hopefully encourage you to take on cooking things yourself, even if you failed before. We've all been there. I like to try new things. I like to get some basics down and share it with folks who want to learn. So here I am. So falafel is something that I love, and I have used to be a regular, part of my family's uh, diet. Most of us, anyway. The youngest won't eat it. But I used to make it from mixes in a box, and I don't know. The ones I used to get, I can't find anymore, and then the ones I find, I don't like as well. So I've been experimenting with different stuff and making my own. And then this past weekend, I went to one of my favorite places to get falafel and did a little reading on the style that they probably use. And it has fava beans. I've only ever tried making it with just garbanzos before. And apparently, regionally, different countries use different beans. Like in Palestine, they use all fava, I guess, or tend to, and um, in other countries they use just the garbanzo. And um, I'm not going to skin all these. I read somewhere you could, but I'm not going to. But anyway, in Lebanese they tend to use um, both. So that's what I'm going to do here. I was going to do I'm also trying to make homemade pita for the first time, which I've never done. Um, I did have to start that ahead just because it's got like a couple rises and I don't want to be here all day. This still is going to probably be a longer stream than I normally do. I usually try to keep it to like an hour, but that's probably not going to happen. Let's see. We're at 215 followers. Well, that's a nice little nifty number. I'd like to see a whole lot more. I'd like to see a couple thousand. But so yeah, send your friends. Okay. Wow, this recipe app is doing weird stuff. I need to grab a couple things. I forgot to grab an onion to bring out here. Um, I have garlic. So I'll be getting this falafel started, and then it can sit. That onion is bad. And let all the flavors meld together while we get the next stage of the pita going. The dough is um, it's in my oven in a bowl right now, proofing with just the oven light on. And then we'll have to make it into roll it out into a whole bunch of little rounds. And then I guess cook those up. Got my new setup. I'm so excited. So it says one small onion. That's like not quite enough, I feel. So I'll just leftover onion. So I'm going to put some red onion in it as well, which is a little stronger flavor. So this should all even out to about the right amount. Bowl. Garbage bowl. Ta-da! Love my new setup. Join my Discord if you want to see pictures of it. I think I posted them yesterday. So nice size cloves. I've got cilantro and parsley I'm putting in. Gives it a nice green. This parsley I grew. That parsley I bought. Cilantro I bought. I'm gonna use this falafel spice that I know is got the falafel flavor I want. The recipe I'm using that I'll put in the Discord is from Zatar and Zaytun is the site. But I'm not going to use the whole recipe because I'm just going to substitute using this falafel spice blend I have instead of mixing their 7-spice blend they recommend or putting all the individual stuff because why do the extra work? I'll twist on my shoulder. Okay, so.
Hello, people.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, I cannot mean to.
Oh, it's moving around. There we go. I feel like that's not. Oh, there we go. It's pureeing as much as I want it to be. You know why? Because it says pulse in batches, and I'm doing no such thing because I'm being a dumbass. That makes sense. That was way too much to do it all at once. See, I got fooled because I got overconfident because I did manage to do the pita dough, even though it's 3 cups of flour is all in one shot in the processor earlier. I used Mark Bittman's pita dough recipe. As always, I trust the Bittman. Okay. I'm sorry if it's too noisy for y'all, but it's not too loud, right? I mean, looks like my voice is louder than. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah. Okay, let me get something out of here. Let's just use this little guy. I feel like I would have thrown it all in here, but I guess it's too big a batch. So we're gonna have to pulse these beans up and then put them in a bowl and then pulse up like the onion and the garlic and the parsley and mix it together ourselves with some vegetable oil. So I soaked the beans overnight. It was like a cup of fava beans and a cup of dried garbanzos. And I want it finer, a little bit finer. Let's give it room. With like covered in a bunch of water and then a tablespoon of baking soda, which is again, I've never done that before either. I don't usually screw around with soaking beans because you can just cook them longer and they do the same thing. But for this purpose, obviously, it's different because we're making like a dough that we're going to fry. Um, so I could just pressure cook them out of soaking. All right. How do we feel about this? Let me look. Sure. I'm nervous, folks. Let me get this right. I don't want to waste all these ingredients. Although, if it turns out terrible, I've got backup. Got some chicken breast, and I'm going to, because I got a kid that won't eat falafel anyway, I'll be using this shwarma seasoning. By the way, this brand, Sahadi, these are good. I get these at a place called Neomond in Raleigh. It's like a Lebanese restaurant and store that I go to every time I'm in Raleigh. It's near the Arboretum, not far from NC State. And I have had really good luck with all of the spice blends I get there. They used to have a shawarma one that I think they made in house, but last time I went, they were out of that. But I had already tried this brand that they carry of other spice blends and went ahead and picked this up, and it was good. I made falafel with a canned chickpeas that weren't dried a little while back. They were okay. They weren't spectacular. It's why I'm trying a new method. I'll try it for us. The backup plan I got is that shwarma slice. I'll be slicing up some chicken breast and marinating it with that shawarma spice and some red wine vinegar and some olive oil, and we'll have that as an option too. I'm a little bummed. I asked Rob to pickle some onions yesterday, which goes real well with this, but he didn't get around to it. I could do that too, but it kind of seems like a lot. It's the pita and the falafel and the shwarma. Oh, I'm excited. I think this is going to be really good. It's going to be a lot. Way more than for dinner. So I'm just wondering what form factor I should use if I want to save some. Or maybe I will call a friend and give some away. I love to do that when I've got extra food. I just learned that someone I know, my friend, has his wife, who I have also met, has gotten an unfortunate diagnosis. And my instinct is like, okay, I'm only 2.5 hours away. I need to bring you food. But I have to wait and see what they'll eat. And hopefully they'll take me up on that. An enchilada casserole. I got an enchilada casserole. I should do it on stream sometime. It's good. Enchilada casserole is what I made when I met my daughter. Does that sound strange? I'll tell you a story. When I was very young, I uh, got pregnant and I was very young, and I gave my little girl up for adoption. Thought it was best for her, for everyone, and she found me like 35 or 36 years later. I don't remember. A couple years ago now, though. And it's been amazing. We get along like gangbusters. Like crazy genetics. Um, she tried a couple times and was unable to find me. I registered a few places. I had people contact me that were not her. And then she tried Facebook one day at some group for people looking for their bio parents. And in like 20 minutes or something, I was found. And we have a lot in common. And we've got this great relationship now. So that's what I mean, like what I made when I met her, because she came to North Carolina. She lives in Oregon to visit and meet in person. And I knew someone who worked at the Hilton at the time, and I got them a decent deal on a room. And then that we went and hung out at what my favorite place was at the time, which was Fourth Creek Brewing Company. It doesn't exist anymore. And what is this? This thing's moving around here. Okay. And I made my enchilada casserole to feed the fam. We all hung out and ate together. Okay. So, chickpeas were soaked overnight, rinsed, and then ground up in the food processor. Did the grinding them up to a medium coarse texture. You see? There we go. It's a good medium coarse texture, I would say. Now what? Transfer to a large mixing bowl. Well, I don't think that's going to be large enough. I'll figure it out. Might have to get my hands in there. Nothing else. Okay, onion, garlic, cilantro, parsley, and blitz. And then put it in the bowl of beans and blend well. And then the spices, salt, a little more bicarbonate of soda, baking soda. It's words I don't use for things. That I guess is the right way to call something. I'm going to go ahead and, like, I'm being careful, but technically this workbench top is a cutting board, right? Do I need to not have anything else going on for a cutting board? Ooh. Okay. I feel confident with these big cloves for my 2 cloves of garlic because we love our garlic in the house. So I don't want to get the cutting board out. I'll probably normally use it, but being that I'm going to be rolling out all this pita, I'm going to need more surface area than my cutting board will give us. So it says like a handful, 2 handfuls of parsley, and 1 handful of cilantro. So that's annoying. I want to get all my curly stuff in here that I just picked from the carton. I tend to like the flavor of the curly better, but they only had Italian flat in the store when I was there yesterday, so I want to get a good amount of this. It's something I really noticed. Like, it didn't have a strong cilantro flavor, so I wondered what else was in it, which is part of why I went looking for a Lebanese falafel recipe when I was at that restaurant, because theirs is very green. The stuff I get at Jerusalem Garden is not as green. And I don't know if they just use fava because theirs has a little different texture, and they have Jordanian chicken as a regular dish there, which I have been told by a chef is actually a Palestinian dish, but people in America don't want to call it that. Things you learn. Okay, I think that's constitutes a handful. Just trying to not have the bigger stems in here. I don't want them to be weird on me. All right, and some cilantro, which is a little wet. The only thing I'm gonna do is use scissors for this. I just need some off the top. Yeah. Oh, it wanted two. All right, one cilantro, two parsley. I think proportionately I did that right. I mean, I feel like this is gonna be a to-taste thing that we can sort more carefully at another date. Because right now it's all about trying this entirely new method for me, going from the dried beans. Toom is another thing we're gonna make today with garlic and lemon and oil. That hopefully works. And if not, I'm gonna be probably nagging my kids to get their butts out here and help me by washing the food processor. Actually, one of them told me he wants tzatziki, regardless. Yeah, tzatziki's on the list today too, guys. How about that? Okay, let's. I'm gonna put this on high. Oh, why does it smell like something's burning? And not cutting. Oh, because I didn't put the blade in. Where? Why didn't you tell me it was right there? Oh, sorry, I'm tired. I stayed up until like 4 or some junk and drank a bunch of gin last night. I was finally feeling better from this illness mostly and took advantage of my body being a little okay and went overboard. And then today I had to go get my heart scanned, and I almost failed out on doing this stream because holy shit, it hurt. They're jamming the probe, like the I don't know what it's called, the thing to do the ultrasound, the wand, jamming it into my ribs, like into my under my breast, like just trying to get this view of my heart and my aorta, and we just use it. All the ultrasounds I ever had were, just kind of gliding the rod over and looking at the pictures, but holy shit, it was rough. Okay, onion, garlic, cilantro, garlic, spices, salt, bicarbonate. Why is there just enough olive oil to bind the mixture? You know what? I feel like I need this parsley and garlic and onion to get smoother so that it blends into the beans the way I want. So I'm going to put the oil in here, which is going to help it. Yeah. I really want this to be fine and kind of like a paste so that it mixes easily throughout the beans. Kind of like the okay, so smells good. Smells good. And this holds together almost without, so I do want to not put too much oil. A little bit more. It can take. So probably 2 tablespoons all told. Yeah. What do you feel about putting some of these beans back in here too, huh? Give a little head start on the mixy. That definitely brought some chunks to the top, which we want. All right. Next, put this in here. Can you see the pretty color? You can't because my food processors are in the way. Hold on. All right. Mixy with beautiful beans. Spices. Don't forget the spices. What are you doing, girl? Okay, so teaspoon 7 spice, teaspoon of coriander, half a teaspoon chili powder, half teaspoon black pepper, half teaspoon. Okay, so 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons and a half is going to be how much I'm going to use of this falafel stuff. Oops. Which is almost not quite a tablespoon. I'm going to call that right. And how much salt? 2 teaspoons of salt. That's half a tablespoon. That's half a teaspoon, my boy. Hold that enough? Okay. Now, this also says to dip the falafel in sesame seeds before you fry it. I feel like they do that at Shish Kebab, which is the place in Charlotte I was talking about, that I love their falafel so much. That this is smelling like falafel, that's for sure. I may do some of that. I have to look and see in the cupboard behind me if I've got some sesame seeds still. But I was thinking it would be really good is to use, I have za'atar. It has sesame seeds in it and all kinds of spices. wheat, sesame, thyme, sumac, pomegranate molasses, spices, salt, sunflower oil. Like this is something, if you can see the picture here, that I also got at Neomond in Raleigh, and they sample it like just having some naan or some pita out and some olive oil with the za'atar in it to just dip and eat, and it's lovely. To just put on warm bread or something like that. Um, but I figured this would be probably great to have the falafel on. Okay, so I'm gonna test this. I'll be doing these in a frying pan, not deep frying. So I just want them to hold a patty shape, and they do. So cool. This is ready to put aside and let the flavors melt up. Gotta wash my hands. That's handy. That's the same bowl I soaked the beans in last night. So just continuing forward. All right. True test. Scared, guys. But we're gonna go get the pita dough. And start working on that. This is entirely new to me. I've made bread. I've never made flat bread. I made cheese herb bread. I've made baguettes. I've made sandwich loaves. I've made sourdough. I should start another starter. Speaking of, probably don't need this. Whew. And again, I apologize for being a little loopy today. I'm dizzy. I haven't eaten. Okay. Ta-da! Remove the wet towel. And, oh, I can hang it over here. I've got a little bar. All right. Let's see what Mr. Bittman says. He knows how to cook everything. All right. Need flour. I know that. Floured surface. When the dough is ready, press down the dough to deflate it. There. Divide in 6 to 12 pieces. Roll each piece into a ball. 6 to 12. Well, that's a big variance, isn't it? Let's see. I didn't say to oil the bowl, but I did, because I kind of always do. I think 6. We want good sized pitas, don't we? Yeah, not entirely even, but that's okay. So, roll each into a ball, sprinkle with flour, cover, and then these gotta sit covered for like 20 minutes. So what are we gonna do in that 20 minutes? I guess we'll make the tomb. Attempt the tomb. Oh, the chicken. I gotta get the chicken marinating. The chicken will be the next thing while this rests. I had a plan in my head. I should have wrote it down. Oh, I hope this worked. Doesn't look as smooth as I expected this dough to be from watching other people do it in the past, but I guess I'll just live. That damp towel is going to be handy in a second here. All right. Cool. Let's do that. Damp towel on there. I just don't like plastic wrap. That's just going to be a roll out. Let me see here. Let rest until they puff slightly, about 20 minutes. Roll each ball out to less than a 1/4 inch thick. Spread them out. Keep them covered. When they're all rolled out, you can heat the oven while they rest for another 20 minutes. Are you kidding me? If you have a pizza stone, I'm not doing any of that. Well, I guess I am. Son of a bitch. And the lowest rack in the oven. Okay, let's get that going. I'm gonna go get the chicken. And I'll put the pizza stone in the oven on the lowest rack. I thought I was gonna be frying these for some reason. All right, chicken. Not sausage. A burger. Chickens. And spices and to bake on a stone. Put skillet or griddle on medium-high heat. What? Or bake as many. Hold on. To cook on the stove top. I'm gonna do that. When the pan is very warm, add the dough. Whichever method you use. Bake the pizzas until lightly brown on one side. Turn brown on the other side. Fire 10 minutes. You know what? Cool. Shutting the oven off. My first plan was the correct one. Not crazy. I shut the oven off. And fetch the red wine vinegar. After making shwarma a bunch of times, different spice blends, blah, 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 I have found red wine vinegar to be the right one for marinating shwarma, in my opinion. Off. Let's grab a cutting board. It's the big one. Get some chicken boobies. Let's get you over here where we're normally looking. Oh, my camera's all floppy. Let's tighten this up. It's from showing off the new setup yesterday. Got it very, very floppy. Let's get my preferred meat knife out. Jealous. Eat at Dad's is camping right now. I think I'll do this in strips-ish. So it'll be stackable on pita for sandwich. Let's get this off. Nobody wants that. Yeah. And this is another leftovers are will probably get eaten. So to figure out how much I'm going to make. Pulled the tender out of that. Did you see? And this is big enough. I might. These would be really good to grill, I think, but I don't have a way to take it with me to do that. So I think I'll just do 3 of these. Ooh, get this gnarly bit off. And tender. I almost got tenders to do this, but like to pay the extra per pound and they don't even like pull the tendon out for you. Fuck that. Seems a little silly. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do the 3. These can get frozen for another day. That way it's still enough for a meal for 4 of us because these are big. And olive oil. Shawarma with my clean, not chickeny hand. Generous. And mix it with the chicken hand. Open my vinegar. Almost forgot the vinegar. Oh, the thing is, I got this cheap bottle and it doesn't have a splashy top. It just has a big hole. So it's okay. I can manage. All right, get all the chickens. Flavors on all the chickens. It is really cold. Okay, so that can sit and get some flavors. I didn't set a timer for my pitas. Let's give it another like 10. Probably needs another 10. I'm gonna get the chickeny things out of here and be right back after washing my hands. It's the only thing I'm lacking from the real kitchen setup, right? It's a sink. But it's all right. Do a quick rinse of the food processor as well so that we can make the tzatziki that has been requested. I was only going to do backup if the tune didn't work. It has been requested. This plug. Man, my food processor getting quite a workout today. Get the pita dough and the falafel. Hey, boom. So for that, let's get out this and gadget. My immersion blender. I'm gonna need a bigger thing of oil than my handy dandy pourer sprayer. Lemon. Do I wing it? That seems risky. I mean, what better way is there to show that it's not hard, though, than to wing it? I had a recipe called up. I should, the other day. It shouldn't be too hard for me to find. But, okay. Yeah, you know what? Fine. I'm going to wing it. I did the mayo. It was fine. It's a very similar thing. Oh. But did it have egg white? Where's the tomb recipe? Hold on. I'm gonna look. Let's not unnecessarily break things we don't need to and waste food. Because I think I found one. No, I'm not using a food processor. Tomb immersion recipe. Easiest tomb ever. Do I trust? Creamy, fluffy. Here we go. A whole lot of garlic. Salt, lemon juice, oil. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't have any of the egg in it, which I feel like is an understandable cheat because some tomb can break more easily than mayo because it doesn't have that kind of stabilizer. The garlic is like the only stabilizing agent. Need like a cup of garlic, quarter cup lemon juice, which will be about, and 2 cups of oil. So I need more garlic. I know Rob got me some garlic the other day. There's beautiful garlic. Should cut off the root end. Make my life easier here. Come on. There. Nice and sharp. Now, you know what? Big flat knife is going to be easier than getting the dough scraper for this. So, now it says to use like a wide mouth quart jar. This container came with my immersion blender for doing this kind of thing. So, seems like the right thing. Whew, how long have we been at it? Almost an hour. I'm usually ending my stream by now. Good to know. My back's starting to give me a little grief, and the standing for the stream is still new. Come on, booger. This garlic doesn't want to come out. It knows I'm going to crunch it. So yeah, the stream is going to be longer than normal. I'm making so much stuff, but it's okay. Have you ever had to them? Rob found some in a store, a grocery store, not too long ago. It was pretty good. I found that I'm not. I feel like My favorite place in Charlotte there, I was talking about that I love so much, has been cutting corners and putting some egg in there. As it really is coming across like a garlic mayo, not like the tomb it once was, unfortunately, which is just a light, fluffy, garlicky dip of deliciousness. Getting there. How close are we? Oh, all these too. Do 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 do. Go on paper. Okay, I think we're. I mean, it's not a cup, but I don't. I think I need to make a little less, just in case. I mean, what if it doesn't turn out right? Right? Right. Trash ball. I don't want to waste a bunch of ingredients. Rob tried to make it with a recipe using a food processor some years ago, and it broke, and we had this. I mean, we used it because we used it as like garlic oil, basically. I should have rolled that around a little bit so it gives up more juice. It's fine. Jeez Louise. I'm not strong today. I said that place I went to the doctor, they put me through the freaking ringer today. It's fine. That's gonna be enough. Oh, okay. So these lemons are seedless. The rind is really, a lot tougher than ones that have seeds. Salt. Let's put a good pinch of that in. That will also help rough it up. Ready? Are we ready? Oh, I got my cord slammed in my drawer. All right. Peel the garlic, place them in a wide mouth quart jar, blah blah, similar container. Add salt and lemon juice. Using an immersion blender, blend the mixture until it resembles a paste. Add the oil on the top, and then put the blender in, and then pull it up, gradually raising it. Yeah. So mayo method. But first, paste. Hey, you. You need to get pastier. It's not reaching the bottom very well. It's getting caught. Like that. I mean, it's making a paste, but all right, we're getting there. All right. Now, oil. I don't know why coffee's the only bot working. That sucks. But you can find all the links down below for my other stuff. I'm going to go with about this much. Not a full 2 cups, a cup and a half. You ready? Nervous. Damn it, it's not fluffy. All right, I'm gonna put more oil in and try to be patient, but let me pull it down to the bottom. Okay, I pulled it up too soon. When it started thickening, I should have waited a little longer before bringing it in. I don't think there's anything to be done about it. Fuck! Except to let it rest and then maybe try again another time. That's okay. Garlicky oil, lemon garlicky. Tastes right. I failed. We all fail sometimes. I guess I'll get the bring the fruit processor back out. What time is it? It's time to roll the pitas into pita shapes. And then while those rest, I'll make the tzatziki that it turns out we do need. All right. Unplug this. It is great having my new workbench situation here. So I can just pop things into the drawer, out of the drawer. I don't have to go in the kitchen quite as much. I know it seems like I have a lot today, but today's a little bit exceptional for the amount of stuff I am making. Okay. Bowl. Rolling pin. That one right here. Ta-da! I think. Starting to look like a pita. Yeah, I guess. Is that a 1/4 inch thick, right? That's what the Bitman master did. Oh, so Lou, eat at Dad's, by the way. He's camping. Did I say that? I wish I was camping. There's a IRL badge if y'all want to show it off on your Twitch profile. You can go watch some IRL streams today. So flour between these. I'm going to need the space over here for cooking. My burners, my electric burners, in one of these drawers as well. My magical new setup. So I'll pull that out in a couple minutes. But I need to get the area clear of dough. Now we should be able to stack these and get them to come apart, no problem. In a little bit. Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the whole world. This is still more stable than the kitchen table was. Ooh, I might need some flour, I think. Which is not a bad sign. The dough definitely did a little more proofing. Okay, so some of my pitas are going to be a little weird shape. Let's try to round this off a little. Got some flour. It's over here. There we go. I feel like doing this by hand might, at least part way, is going to help it keep its shape better. What do y'all think? Just very slow compared to the rolling pin. Yeah, just to get it started. Not the worst idea. Say it's about 1/4 inch. You'll probably never see me make tortillas. I should not say never. I mean, if we want to go on that journey, let me know, right? But I feel like I'd have to hand roll because tortilla presses are kind of obnoxiously expensive, I think, for a unitasker. Like $40. Am I just cheap? Or am I just used to being not having enough money? I have enough money now. My husband is doing great as a provider, but the whole household, which is good because the amount of pain I am in all the damn time. This is about all the work I can manage is cooking with y'all and for y'all. All right. Sweat like crazy. Now, I'm just gonna scrape this up. Do that surface for. I've got this damp cloth that I had on top of the dough that I can put on top of the dough again. While that rests, and we get out our cookie. I keep forgetting to check the camera. So we do have a different setup today here. Whoops. All right. Okay, folks. How we doing? Let me see. See my cookie top? Cookie top. And a pan. What pan do I use? I think the non-stick pan. For the pita. Oh, I still have to do the tzatziki though, because tzatziki's gonna need time to let the flavors marry. This has 4 outlets. There's 2 being used. All right. Hopefully this cucumber is good. Yep. Yogurt. More garlic. we're going to be a very stinky family. I'm a little bummed I broke the tune, guys. It's okay, right? Okay. Everything can't work every time. Wow, this had a really, really hard stem in the middle of this garlic. I'm using the lovely purple stuff I get from Compare Food down the street. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw some garlic and cucumber and yogurt in here, salt. I don't want to add dill with all the other spices I have going on today. If I'm just using it as a dip or just using like oregano and Greek spices, I would probably add dill, but I don't feel like I want that with the falafel and shawarma situation. Am I gonna make it? Having a rough time here, guys. Sorry. Pooping out. Don't have all that much stamina. Man, getting that heart probe today, I'm gonna have bruises all over. I did not expect that, but I'm here. I didn't bail out. I considered it. Yogurt. Greek yogurt, yeah. I'm gonna put most of this in. I'm gonna leave like just, it wasn't full, but I'm gonna make a good amount of this because the tune didn't work out. Just enough for me to have a breakfast. Salt. Cucumber. I can shred it, but processor will processor. Working on it. Yeah, I absolutely love Mediterranean food. I've learned so much about it from kind chefs who have shared secrets with me, like learning about sumac and such over the years. See, the tomb failed, but that's okay. I'm gonna let that settle. It'll separate, and then I'll give it another go next time. There's a little olive oil on there. My processor is unhappy today. It's mad. It's not cutting up the damn cucumber. What's happening? It wants some lemon. My tzatziki. I think one of the best things to me about Mediterranean food is I always feel better after I eat it. Like some foods you eat and then you feel tired. And it's like, wait a minute. That was supposed to be fueling me. What is happening? But man, I get Middle Eastern food and just kind of raring to go. Where's my lemon squeezy? I'll just have to use my hands. And why not? That's not going to work. That's why not. So hopefully nothing's too wrong with my heart. But you ever go to get testing done and it's like really frustrating because you don't leave that. There we go. It's just taking its sweet time. All right. Get some of this shit out of the way while we're thinking. There we go. Make sure none of the garlic is ended up stuck on the blade because. All right, we'll just put that aside, give it time to incorporate, and then it'll be ready to eat when everything else is ready to eat. How are my pita looking? Good, they're not sticking. That was my primary concern. You see those? All right, what's next, guys? I think we do the pita and then the falafel. I don't want to do them all at the same time. I need to turn this up to medium high. It's gonna be about a 4, I think. Give it some time. Oh, I'm excited. Please let them work. Let them puff up. This is my first from scratch pita. Oh, and thanks for coming in and keeping me company. Need it. Need it, need it. Watching. Go to docs. I have a trust issue. Oh, yeah. So with results, it's like I had to get an ultrasound of my heart. Just like last week, I got a colonoscopy, and then it takes a little while. They have to send out for biopsies, and with the heart ultrasound thing today, it's a technician in the room with you who's taking all these readings, but then they'll have to have somebody else analyze the result and call you and let you know what they found and what it means. I certainly, looking at it, didn't know what the hell any of that stuff meant. Slowly but surely heating. I want that to be decently hot. If pita doesn't work, I'm going to have to send Rob to the store. I don't think anybody... Hey, when are you working till, sweetie? Probably a few more minutes. Okay. I'm trying to decide. Because I still have all this other stuff to cook. I think what I might do is throw the chicken in the oven and just broil that to shortcut the situation. So let's crank that up. Oh, great! If I don't drop the rest on the floor. Nope, higher. I'm gonna put that at like 425. I'm gonna tray. So that it doesn't like stew its juices. Give it a spray. And get out some tongs. Almost hot enough to start the pita. Not doing the best job here of balancing everything. But that's okay. It's because my brain is only half on. There. So the chicken will get ovened. For the people who don't like falafel. And then I can concentrate on cooking the pitas and cooking the falafel. I'm going to be forever happy to have this in my repertoire again after years of not having falafel at home because all the mixes on the market went to shit. Finally have a good recipe and can just whip it up myself. And if it tastes close like I'm hoping it does to the style that they have at this restaurant I like so much, then we all win. Okay. A little oil and pray. We can do it. We can do it. Pardon me. Having this little bit of cold left over isn't doing me any favors either. I do have another bat tongs. No. Bat tongs. I'm gonna need a place to put the finished pitas. Let me see. I don't need the falafel nor the shawarma seasoning anymore. Just get a plate. Dun 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 dun. Jack will take care of my pitas. Doesn't seem to be. Well, I guess it's sort of cooking. Turn it up a little. This would be like the time for my burner to quit working or some shit, right? When I could do an extra long super stream with my new setup. Hang this up here. If you want to see the new setup, you can go to yesterday's VOD, where I did a full walk around with the camera. With my full-on workbench going on. And it's lavender colored. Okay. Let's see. It's getting like, feels like it's getting bready, like a little stiff on the other side. This is very slow. I feel like this is going to be a first pancake situation, right? I think first pita does the same thing. So your pan's still getting hot and you're getting the groove of things. At least I can hope that's it. I didn't want to buy pita as backup because then we'd have too much. And it doesn't freeze very well, I find. Oh yeah, I put pics in the Discord of it as well. Oh, I'm so happy about it. I've got this rosemary I need to make oil with, and I got garlic stuff in it. Shoot. I'm taking my friend to the doctor next week, and he wants me to make him some flavored oils. Come on. Come on. Brown already, will ya? Wishing I had a griddle. I'm so nervous. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check for sesame seeds to see, because I should probably do some falafel with that, because that's the prescribed thing. And then I'll just like do one with za'atar to test that. I'm gonna use I'm gonna do all the falafel pita. Then I'm going to this one is really not round. Oh, it's starting to brown. It's not turning into a pocket. Isn't it supposed to be puffing more? I mean, maybe I shouldn't have had them stacked. Maybe they kept each other. Maybe they're keeping each other down, man. I'm gonna do all the pita, and then I'm gonna do the falafel. That's too close to a burner. Did I set a timer? Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes. 20-minute timer started. I never know which dot. I've got one in the kitchen and one in the living room. I don't know which one's going to pick up and answer me. But that's the chicken timer, in case I forget. Oh, this is really giving me a concern. Don't feel great about this. It feels like a lump of dough. Let's put some oil on it. Maybe it'll look better. Guess I won't know until I taste it, right? Man, this pan took forever to get hot. Maybe I should put it in the oven. Maybe I should do the oven method after all on the pizza stone. Because it would hit, bam, be like 350 immediately. But maybe the next one I'll do a rounder one too. Some of these are actually nicely round compared to that one. Oh, nervous. Yes, I use yeast. Yes, I let it rise. Yeah, with the so much stuff I did today. I did start the dough this morning because I gave it 2 hours to rise. And then I started the stream and got the beans that soaked overnight made into falafel that is now marrying flavors. So and then I got the dough and I put it in balls, and then we let it rest for 20 minutes while I was making the falafel. And then I rolled it out, and it's been sitting around for about 20 minutes while I was making the tzatziki and attempting the toom. So it's had a couple of short rises, but the one longer one this morning. I don't know. It just seems kind of dense. You know what? Rip a piece off? Well, no, it doesn't look all that dense. So it did not poof into pockets. I'm not sure if it was supposed to. Let me look at this recipe. The trusty Bitman, what he says it will do. Pan fry. Bake the beans until lightly brown on one side, then turn them brown on the other side. The pita, yeah, it doesn't really say. So I guess it's just, flatbread. It is what it is. It's not that kind that puffs up into a pocket. So we'll just have to fold it to make a sandwich. Right? And let that brown a little bit more, and then we'll get going on the next one. And I really feel like it's gonna be, the next one will be better. My cast iron's dirty, even though that's the right thing to fry the falafel in. Sorry. But this is pretty thick. It should be fine. Okay. Let's do this one. Yeah. That sizzle hitting the pan, so I have higher hopes for this one. Pan almost got away from me. It's a little slippery. The tomb is already starting to break, or to settle. It was broke to begin with. I mean, edible, right, is key. I smell something. Oh, it's the garlic from the tomb. That smells real good. Let's get the falafel in here while that's going. For those of you that have joined us late, you can see this beautiful falafel mix I made from scratch. It's half falafel, or half fava bean, half garbanzo. It's got good bunch of fresh parsley and some fresh cilantro in it. And some of, oh, this one's a little puffy. Can you see? That one's doing a more pita-y thing. Oh, and there's a bubble. Okay, so that one was just weird. That one, it was probably the pan not being hot enough. So it's doing, I'm going to say almost certainly that's what that is. That's the situation. So when you make bread, the same thing can happen. You put it in the hot oven and it does a quick rise, like a boost that the yeast gets at the end, even after you've proofed it a couple of times. It was the pancake. First pancake always sucks. First waffle usually too, unless it's, something like a stuffing waffle, which is like my favorite. Okay. Let's carefully flip. Oh, yes, success. That's pretty. That looks like a pita in the store. Look at this bullshit. Look, it's cracking. It's a reject. If I had a dog, that would be dog food. I hear something sizzling. I need to check on the chicken. Why are you making so much noise? Stop making so much noise. Yeah. Woo! It was a lot of work, though. Really, it seemed like more work, though, because of the difficult morning I was having. So, not so much work that I wouldn't do it again. And certainly inexpensive. And if I didn't want to run to the store, it's stuff I always have in the house. Oh, you know what? I'll give it to the crows. The crows will be grateful. think. Is it done? I'm just not sure how to tell if it's done. Yeah, seems to be done. It's got a little cracky going on. Okay. Next. I'm going to keep boiling. It doesn't say to, but man. Let's watch it puff. I'm so excited. That's my oven just coming to temp. In the other room. Little bubbles. Little bubbles. Yeah, I've never had, we don't have cat food outside. Our cats are indoor cats. I used to have dog food outside, and blue jays go crazy for dog food. They freaking love it. We had ravens that were, well, crows, I should say. Um, Ravens aren't indigenous to this area. They have been spotted not too far from here. I got a notice from my Merlin app or something last year. But we had the same time every day for a while, a bunch of crows that would show up in the yard, and we put peanuts out for them and stuff. But we were not as consistent as we should be, and so they are not consistently around anymore. I'm hoping they decide. I want to build like an outdoor place for them where you can put stuff and they feel safer. I would love to do that. Ooh, this one has big bubbles. Sorry. Um, I want to leave them eggs and stuff. I did put some eggs in the yard not too long ago. Oh, I think I turned it too soon. It's okay. It'll be fine. Um, but I want to leave them some more eggs. I've got a hard-boiled egg in the fridge right now that I'll put out soon with some peanuts and hope they come back. Yeah, jays can be so aggressive. They such assholes that we don't have, instead of we have a bird feeder that's hanging in a tree, but we have basically an old one of those cement bird baths that I just dump seed into. It serves as our bird feeder. And yeah, the jays can be bullies. It's fun to watch the whole thing unfold though. Like if a squirrel or a jay is being a jerk and hogging the feeder, smaller birds will um, wait in the trees and they're chirping back and forth, and then they start dive bombing and trying to get rid of whatever big bully is in the feed. I mostly we see a lot of cardinals here and a lot of woodpeckers, and I hear a lot of owls. One time years ago, I looked out at the compost heap and there was like a golden eagle, a whole ass eagle, sitting in our compost heap. Ah, yeah. I mean, it's nice of you to feed the feral. We have some cats wandering around. I think most of them belong to like a neighbor up over that way, and maybe a neighbor up over that way that wander around. But I don't feed them per se. They hunt in my yard, which makes me happy because I don't want the bunnies to eat my garden. Um, and they have been a great deterrent to that, as well as planting an herb garden next to the vegetable garden that has a bunch of herbs in it that bunnies hate, that we learned about a couple years ago. Like, who knew? And it's stuff I use. They hate like oregano and catnip, which cats like, and then you got hunters hanging out down there, and um, basil. The bunnies hate basil. We put a whole bunch of basil in the garden. Um, so we had like rosemary, oregano, basil, catmint, um, all down there, and we did not have the bunnies make away with everything last year. Okay. Think it's done. It's hard to tell. And I watch it poof and get all excited. I love this oil mister. Holy crap, it was cheap on TikTok. Yes, absolutely. I've got a horseradish root that it looks like is spreading out nicely. We harvested a little and kind of scraped the top last year to get it to spread because someday, years from now, I'll have big fat horseradish roots. Um, the ones I have now are very, very small, but a local lady that I bought them from, she's always at the Thursday evening market here all summer. She had a heck of a time getting horseradish started, that's my understanding. And sorry, Juneteenth committee is texting me. Um, and I am very thirsty. Bubbles in my pita. Um, so she finally got one. She was like, felt was hardy enough to give to me to foster at home. Rob got me a bunch of new plants I got to get in. He got me these cool black tomatoes. Black. They're really black. And feverfew, like a bunch of medicinal herbs. And some fennel and some tarragon, which was really exciting. He and our friend Lori went to Asheville to their herb festival and found it. I had a hell of a time finding or growing tarragon, and I love it. I love it for dressings and salads and stuff. Yeah, I want to do artichoke. Rob started a pineapple with a pineapple top. I don't know where he's going to put that. I've got Jerusalem artichokes that this fall I am going to harvest some and try to cook. That'll be my fall adventure in something new. Um, we bought them as, I feel like I want spatula instead. Um, Perennial sunflowers. Like they're basically a sunflower and they come back every year and they spread. And um, then I learned, and they're native to here. I'm in North Carolina. And then I found out that those are, in fact, also Jerusalem artichokes. So, they get a good healthy spread, and we'll be splitting some to put in other places and give to people this fall. I'm going to keep some and try to cook with them. I did some research on the internet not long ago, and I'm excited about that. It's like I grew some food by mistake, but also helped me learn something about a native plant. So when the apocalypse comes, it's another thing I know to forage. I love them. They grow really, really tall and then they fall over because they're just too tall to stay up that long. Okay, I'm going to grab something to drink while that continues to brown. And so thirsty. Ugh. I wish some of my family would help me. Oh, the chicken smells good. Yo, it smells like shwarma in here. Gonna eat like Avengers tonight. my prebiotic Pepsi. A little more browning I want. Bittman says we can brush them with butter if you're going to have them hanging around. I don't really think that's necessary. And there's 4 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitas that worked. No, well, assuming the rest of them all work, but I think we're good now. This went so slow. I'm wondering if I should put. I can't be bothered. My brain is not well fed enough to do this. I was thinking I could throw that pizza stone back in the oven because the oven's already on for the chicken, and do the other 2 pita by that method. But if I do that, then I'll be over there in the kitchen, which isn't good for keeping y'all company. It's all about getting this falafel done. And that's the timer. Let's pull the chicken. Shut it off, but leave it in the oven. Looks like it's done. Alexa, stop. And I think we're good here. Oh, it's pretty. It got pretty and a little puffy. I'm going to give it another minute. I don't know why it's so slow. I feel like this burner is dying. This is not working as efficiently as it once did. There's another wonky shaped one. Getting there, almost done. Whew. This is part of. I'm going to get the CT put into the container. Put that in the fridge. Probably should have strained that yogurt so this was thicker, but it's fine. It's fine. I just can't find the top I want for this. Oh, dang. I think I took on too much today, folks. That one's puffing up even more. So I'm watching Lou camping. I've got him on the TV over there. Oh, yes. Let's go a little longer than I had the other ones. And then start working on this falafel. Do I want to use a scoop? I really... No, I'm just going to use my hands, I think. And a spoon. Okay. It's poofed. It's poofed. And the last one is nice and round, so it'll be prettier than that one. That'll be the last one over here. I'm gonna move my take everything back on the kitchen cookbook shelf. Paper covers trying to come off. It's like two Bibles up there. Is the Great Sausage Recipes book and How to Cook Everything. I'm going to want a little more brown on that side, so I will flip it again. So let's do this in one flip, but I can't see through it to see how brown it is on the first side. I have to blow my nose. You'll have to excuse me. See what Lou is doing there. I don't know what the hell he's got on that fire. Something in a cup. I don't know if it's a quiche. I hate I'm missing it. Everything is taking longer than I wanted it to. Especially these. The whole reason I started the dough in the morning was I realized how many I had to do all those rises on it. We're almost at 2 hours now. It's okay. Now I know, and I'm glad I bought this mat. I have like a foam mat I got when I first started streaming, but then I couldn't stand because I didn't have the counter height situation going. It's gonna take forever for my oil to heat up. Actually, this is nice and thick, and I'm glad it's what it is made of. How long it would take for the cast iron. I kind of wish I was camping. Okay, I can see steam coming out of it. Huh. That's an interesting indicator. That's crispy. That is steaming and puffing. So I should probably wait until the steam slows down and then it'll be cooked about where I want it. Although that's not going to be a reliable method when it doesn't crack. Okay, just buy the sponsorship. You join committees. It's like, I feel like I'm on call all the time. Yeah, that's kind of pretty. I'm going to call that done. One last. Are we ready? Then we'll get this damn falafel going. While that sits, because I seem to not be able to keep my hands off stuff, I'm going to walk away to get chicken put away and chicken from the oven. Because I'm touching chicken again. But I don't want this out at room temperature any longer than it has been. So I was hoping my husband would be finished with work and be able to help with a couple of things, but they must be on some kind of project. Seems to be in the zone. Okay, it's Buffy. I'm gonna oil up that side too. I just got plain vegetable oil for heating up and doing the falafel. I mean, it can't be bad. It can't be worse than the damn dry mixes that have all gone to hell. I miss being able to just get the mix. and throw some water in and have it, but they're just so bad. I've been wanting to have this since sesame seeds. I need a plate for that. Oh, my son has butter out. Looks like he's gonna bake today. My eldest son, I went to Raleigh to visit him not long, a couple weeks ago or something, and he gave me some chickpea flour, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with. Thought maybe I'd make some falafel with that, but looked at a few recipes. It does not seem to be the move. I'll just use the same plate for the za'atar when I get to it. You ever had za'atar? Good stuff. Hopefully this is good stuff. That goes strong. Ooh, strong. Yeah, that's been in the cupboard for a couple years, so. But still strong, but not rancid. That's good. Okay. Oh, the biggest bubble yet. plate of pita. I'm proud of myself. It looks like I could slit them into pockets. I don't want to test that just yet. I mean, I don't expect it's going to be as good as, my favorite restaurants have. If it is, that's amazing. And regardless, I think I can get there. That's something I love to do. I love to go to a restaurant and then come home and make something even better that, that they made. But with this particular, food, the spice blends are to taste and to memory, and they have their own, proprietary stuff. So it's going to take some experimenting to get this where I want it. It's not going to be a first shot better than. Like, it took me a couple tries, but I feel like I perfected. There's a recipe at Goose and Garden in Nashville that they don't do anymore. That's lamb chops that are pistachio encrusted, and I use sumac and seasonings that are in line with the other spice blends I know they use there, and pomegranate molasses, which I made from scratch at home, drizzled on it. Oh, they're the best lamb chops. And it was a special they had there on the regular for years and years and years. And now I can make it at home, and it's better at home, and it's a shit ton cheaper at home. Just this one part, like, it looks like a mini perfect pita all by itself is an island in the middle of the pita. Ah, chicken. Looks done. Smells really good. I don't know if I'm going to do plating pictures or what the hell I'm going to do with all this mess. There's so much today. Okay. I'm going to put this plate of pitas in the oven or on the oven. on the oven should suffice. And get this oil going. Turn this up to max. But that should be enough. A little more oil. Because I'm going to do patties, not balls. And I should put this where y'all can see it, huh? Ooh. Ooh, boy, that smells really good. Most encouragingly, it smells kind of like the falafel taste at the shish kebab, which is where I got the idea to try a different recipe from a different part of the world than I had previously. Doesn't look as green as theirs. Like, I mean, maybe the green will spread through the beans when it cooks. Because theirs very green. Or maybe my poor food processor that I tortured today extensively with doughs and everything just didn't pulverize the parsley enough. See, there's a hunk of it to sufficiently green up the falafel. I don't think I have a chopstick handy to test my oil. I'm gonna have to get a rack or paper towels for when I take it out. I'll use a rack. Ooh, my back's killing me. But bit by bit, this is going to be me getting in better shape. Okay, that little bit of water didn't fizzle right away, so the oil still needs heat. Heating up. This is so much falafel. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hear the pot starting to make a noise. Or the pan of oil. Okay. Oh, it wants to fall apart. See, that's not okay. I'm being careful not mashing it together, but maybe I need to. I don't want it falling apart on me either. This is going to take a little experimenting too. Doing this from fresh instead of from a mix. Spider is going to be too deep, but I've got this handy tool. This will be great. Okay. Water. So you put a little tester piece. Just a minute more. I want it to go a little harder than that before I start putting in my falafel. My falafel. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. I don't know if it'll freeze. I have to Google it. All right. Let's see here. It's going to be like the first pancake. Actually, I got to put 2 in though because one is packed more than the other and I want to see how differently they behave. And I didn't dip those in the sesame yet either. Oh yeah, this definitely is hotter than that. Jeez Louise. It's okay. I haven't fried anything in a long time. I tend to air fry an awful lot of things that I used to fry. This is really acting like it just wants to be hot over the actual burner. That's not cool. I guess I should have got the cast iron out. If this pan's going to be that shitty at conducting heat. Don't do this to me, man. Looking at this tomb, like, it's partially solid in there. That's kind of infuriating. I wonder if I use a regular blender. Might be better to get that to come back together. Okay, let's look here. I will say it looks a little like that green is actually spreading into the rest of the bean mixture, which is cool. It's really good to know. Why are there bubbles sitting on the bottom of this pan? What the actual hell? That's odd. Like, what? I've never seen a pan behave like that. All right. Well, we're up to a better temperature now. So let's pop. Oh, and I broke it. Dang it. Well, shit ton of sesame seeds on that one. Yeah, I definitely make these a little tighter. Sesame seeds are for the pretty. Man. Okay. Wipe it on the apron. Let's get this tray up here. Come on, crisper. I want you to be crispy, crunchy. Get all the water out of it, and it'll get nice and brown on the outside. Yeah, they're staying together pretty good. Let's Give them some room. Claim your own space there, babies. I'm weirded out by this. Bubbles all over the bottom of the pan. I don't think I'll fry in this one again. I think I'll go, use the cast iron as one should next time. Not quite as crispy as I want, but I gotta remember these two are gonna be a little greasier. They're not as the oil wasn't as hot as I wanted it. Man, I got sesame seeds all over the place. Let's get some napkins out for under this to create some contrast so y'all could see when these are getting all nice and drained, crispy. Oh, I love falafel so much. All right, let's see. Well, getting brown. Taking its sweet time getting brown. Let's see about these ones. These ones are browning a little better, but the oil was hotter when they went in, so is to be expected. Flip, flip. Flip, flip. Yeah. All right. They feel heavier than I expected, just from moving them around. We'll see when they fry up more because a lot of moisture will continue to come out of them and maybe they'll lighten up. No, they won't. Because you know what? I forgot something. I was supposed to add like a teaspoon of baking soda to this mix. And I forgot. It's okay. The rest of them will be fluffy. They'll all be edible. Yeah, I don't know. This pan is fairly new to me. It was at TJ Maxx and it was like super pretty handle. And it's sort of non-stick-ish, but not, the evil Teflon. So I bought it first to have a nice new pan, treat myself to a new pan for streaming. I generally do use cast iron for frying. I know better. And my other pans are stainless steel. My main set is a Wolfgang Puck Bistro set I got forever ago. And my son just gave me some Calphalons because he managed to mess them up. He's got an induction. Well, it's not an induction stove. It's just one of those glass top electrics. And he managed to overheat the pans and they warped a little. So now they won't work on his glass top electric. And so he gave me, that feels better. Jeez, I'm a doofus. We all make mistakes. It's okay. So he gave me a couple of them. He doesn't give me all of them. I think he's going to, but I left before he could get them together, along with taking care of the baby and everything last time I visited. Ah, yeah, those big pressure cookers. I actually got one of those for my oldest son some years ago. I don't know what he was doing. I think it was when he was cultivating spores and stuff and mushrooms, and he wanted to do some kind of high pressure canning processing of something, and I, for his birthday, got him a big pressure canner. That's what it was. These just feel better. I am a doofus for forgetting to put that in. I'm surprised the sesame seeds are staying white. They're not like scorching. I kind of expected them to burn or at least brown. That explains what. They're not that heavy, but these will be much nicer and lighter. Oh, so many mistakes in one day. What happens when you don't eat? Yeah, something like that. Sanitization, maybe. I know he had a clean room and stuff. He was making his own petri dishes. Just for funsies. My kids are all nerds like me, which is awesome. You didn't melt them, they just warped. And for his stove, they need to lay perfectly flat, but I have a gas, so he knew I could still use them. And they're still in better shape than my ancient Wolfgang Puck ones that are like just black all over the bottoms and the sides, you know. Well, I don't know how I feel about these. They're brown. They're heavy. Proof will be in the flavor for those ones, and I'll keep them off to the side a little from the ones that have the baking soda and will be more nice and fluffy. Man, I wish my family would have come out here at all. I would like have one of them go clean the damn cast iron. It's the right tool for the job, and I did not use the right tool for the job. I didn't mind dirty more dishes though either. I have so many going on today between the dough and the chicken and the falafel, and I mean it's a lot. Oh, and I need to get some za'atar out too. Oh, I just dropped some parsley in there like a dummy. I'm gonna put that on this plate to dip one of these in and give it my experiment. I think it's a good idea. Might be too weird. Might be too many flavors. It's pretty. That'll probably scorch because it's got pomegranate molasses in there. Hands. Take a break from the falafel making. I'm starting to think the family is going to be on their own. If they want any more than this, I'm going to bring some of this chicken out here just so you can see it. This came out real nice. It was olive oil. Red wine vinegar and shwarma seasoning. Oh yeah, there we go. Jeez, those are browning. See, it was first pancake again. These are browning much nicer. They're lighter. They just needed that little bit of baking soda, and those two aren't browning as much because they're not over the burner, but that's fine. Cool. We're good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get one of these. It did go green inside, like those so oily. The oil. This is one. Those first ones where the oil wasn't quite hot enough. But that's gonna be solved with hot oil and puffiness on this. But the green did spread through, and the aromatic. Yep. This is the recipe, guys. I might even put more. Even a little more parsley in next time. The cilantro is not overwhelming, but could use maybe a little less because I can pick it out, which you don't necessarily need to be able to do. Like I thought it might have cilantro in it before I looked up a recipe, but wasn't sure if it was just coming from a coriander being in the spice blend. Because, same plant. Cool. Yeah, I'll post this recipe too in my Discord another day. I'll probably forget today, but soon. Oh, you're off grid. Wow. Yeah, we have propane they come fill, I think. I don't even know. I'm trying to think. No, it's a gas line. That's right, because I know where the meter is. We used to have a well. We got hooked up to county water some years ago. I'm glad for that. Yeah, dried parsley, even drying it, like I grow it and have dehydrated it, and it just doesn't keep flavor well dried. But fresh, boy, it is definitely an underappreciated herb. I make a cabbage salad that was my grandmother's recipe, that it's got a lot of fresh parsley in it, and it is key, absolutely freaking key ingredient. It's just like oil and vinegar and sugar, and cabbage, and hit cabbage. Sorry, and a whole lot of fresh parsley, and then your dressing is just like oil, vinegar, sugar, green onions, and shake the hell out of that, and pour it on the cabbage, and it's amazing. But boy, you need that fresh parsley. I also actually I prefer the curled to flat. I feel like it's got a lot more flavor. I guess it could be in my head, but I don't think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 falafels. 14. Put this one in. There. I don't want to cook anymore. I'll put these in here. I feel like that's enough. I feel like they want more, they can cook it. Especially because some of them will have chicken. That chicken came out a little dry, but it's breast, so that's what happens. All right. Let's bring the pita out. Let's take some kind of picture now, huh? Just for posterity. Bring the chicken back out for a picture. Because it was in the list of things. Like Avengers. There's my phone. Do. Yeah, it's funny, good enough. Down here in the South, I grew up with being called cabbage salad. My grandma called it cabbage salad. She is German. That's what it was. Down here, in the South, they call it like vinegar slaw. Okay. I guess. Because, there's creamy slaw with mayo and vinegar slaw with vinegar-based dressing. And I took it to a potluck, and then I became the person to bring the slaw for every freaking event that the organization had. After that, became a known thing. I ended up buying this giant tub to make huge batches for fundraisers for a little while that now I use as a sock bin. Because I haven't made a big batch in a long time. I've got like a big mixing bowl that has a handle and a lid that I'll make a batch. Because I can make like a double or triple batch in that easily enough. And that's usually for most events. For potlucks, that's enough. Although, oh my God, talk about mistakes and nightmares in cooking. I went to a potluck, Friendsgiving at Fourth Creek Brewing, and folks knew about the cabbage salad, and and one of my friends he's like gluten intolerant and dairy intolerant and stuff, and he was really looking forward to it. I was so excited that I made it, and he wanted it. I had given him the recipe previously, but I guess he hadn't gotten around to making it himself, and I didn't realize. So you would think, wash your herbs. I didn't have enough homegrown parsley. I ran to the store, I got parsley, and it was in the produce section where like the whole ass, I don't know which one of these had the za'atar. That one's mine. Like sprayers on it, it's raining, it makes a thundering noise, and then the sprinklers go off to warn you so you don't get soaked in the produce section. You would think that parsley would have been clean. It was not. And I mixed up that whole thing of salad, and I took it to a potluck, and I went and I had a bite, and crunch, sand, just sandy. I was mortified. I was so embarrassed. It's like, okay, this has to go. I have to take this off the table. And I'm normally not very shy, but I was too embarrassed to say anything. Oh, this is enough for 3 of us, right? I need a break. Oh, I'm so happy. It turned out. I made pitas. And now I have a go-to falafel recipe. I had to order the fava beans online. You couldn't find them in my town, but it's okay. So I'm going to Google if that will freeze. If not, it's okay. I'll figure out something to do with it after. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to shut everything down because it's time to eat. For real. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Um, should we raid Dad? Should we raid Dad? Yeah, sand. Like they must have grown the parsley in sand. It was like this fine, you couldn't even see it, grittiness that had come off it and was just ruined the whole salad. Um, is it slash raid? Yeah, I think. Eat at Dad's, and hopefully there'll be more than one person. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I might squeeze another lemon or this other half a lemon into some tahini to dip mine in because I'm not feeling tzatziki. I was really looking forward to the tomb. But anyway, thanks for being here. I hope I get well too. I hope they didn't find anything seriously wrong, but if they do, it's fixable. And I'm going to go eat and rest, and I look forward to cooking with you soon.